You're chilling with Akitoye Balogun, also known as Ajebutter 22 from Lagos State, and this is my episode of My Music and I. Yeah, so right now I've just released the Anytime Soon album, collaboration with Studio Magic. I'm currently unsigned, I don't have a record label, and my album has 15 songs with one bonus track. Okay, let me first start by saying the whole entire album is a collaboration with Studio Magic. So all the songs are from number 1 to number 16, all produced by Studio Magic. So now I'm going to talk about my 6 favorite songs, or my six songs that really touched me when I was making this album. The first one, I'll start with the intro, is called Humble Guys. If not today, then anytime. Now, Humble Guy is basically, it's a kind of song where if you ask me what's happening in your life right now, or Butter, what's going on, how have you been? I'll just tell you to listen to that song because it just says like everything that's on my mind. I talk about the industry, I talk about myself, I talk about my struggles in my personal life at home, having to choose between or getting a 9-to-5 job or working as a musician. Nod your head, be your langba, shine your eye, be your look. Owambe is track 2 on the album, same produced by Studio Magic. This is the last song that I added to the album. It's basically just I won't say a jonesing track because it's lyrical, but it's a playful song in the sense that I was just saying a lot of things. My mouth was very sharp in the jam. Like in the first line of the song, I said, "Tiwa Savage, all in my wet dreams. T-bills, I beg, don't be vexing." It's just a joke, like I said, So just me having a sharp mouth. There's a song called Omo on the album that I really like. That's the track 5. Produced by Studio Magic again, obviously. If I was to describe this song, I would say, right, so if you're a Yoruba person, you would know like growing up and stuff, it's kind of a taboo to go and marry someone from an Igbo tribe because for some reason the two tribes don't gel together like that. Same thing if you're from an Igbo household, I want to marry a Yoruba man, they'll be like, don't go and do that. So that's what that song is about. It's about me going to marry an Igbo girl, and it features Wizboy, who absolutely slaughtered the track. He killed it. So that's another one of my favorites. I'm gonna skip songs like I'm a Pastor. I'm gonna skip songs like Sarah because you guys have already heard them. Moving to the next song, there's a song called Okafor's Law. I think this is track 9. Same thing, produced by Studio Magic. This song is special to me because it talks about relationships. Okafor's Law basically means once debe, always debe. So once you've been with someone in a relationship, the idea is you can always go back to be with that person again, to be with that girl again, or the girl can always come back to be with you if you guys had a good time. I'm an Ajebutter and y'all are so good and they say this one is called Church Mind. Church Mind is basically almost like a confession or almost like just speaking your mind as well. It's somehow like Humble Guy, but it is the last song on the album. The 6th song I want to talk about is called Dancing Competition. This jam is basically a Yoruba jam, pure Yoruba jam. It kind of describes a wedding introduction. It was inspired by my sister because she just got married. T-shirt, captain, no 3-piece. Take pics with a cat, say cheese, and bread with the butter so she wants. Internationally, I think producers for me internationally do. I like Timbaland a lot. His beats are crazy. I like to work with him. I like to work with 40. He produces for Drake. I like to work with this guy called Ed Sheeran. He's a British singer. I'd really like to work with him. I like the way he writes. He inspires me a lot. There's Drake. I like to work with him. I like the sound of his music. I like Jhené Aiko as well. All these new school artists. I quite like them. I like Kanye West. I mess with him, I like to work with him. J. Cole obviously is like my favorite artist. When it comes to Nigeria, people I like to work with, I think for me is a lot of these legends, a lot of people that are not really on the music scene like before. Like for instance, Style Plus. If I could work with Style Plus, man, that would be mad. I want to work with Lagbaja at some point. That would be mad. I would love to work with Mode 9 at some point. That would be mad because Mode 9 is like an idol to me as well. Yeah, so I mean, those are the people that obviously aspirations to work with. There's obviously in the industry with me, there are a lot of artists, but you know, I prefer not to say. I just want to say them, Lagwaja, Mode 9 sort of people. Yeah, those would be them. Let's start with worst performance, I think. Yeah, it was actually my first performance in Nigeria. I was someone's industry night, I don't remember. I had just come back to Nigeria, I think that day or the day before, I just moved back. And I was like, let me see what the scene is like. So I went to some industry night to perform and it wasn't great. Like, my first time in Nigeria and the crowd was like way different from what I expected. Everybody was just chilled and everything. And my music was messed up, so I think that was my worst performance ever. Best performance. I did this thing called Road to Anytime Soon school tour. So it was a thing where I went on tour to different secondary schools in December. And it was absolutely amazing. Like the amount of love that they showed, the amount of energy they showed, I became a different person on stage. Like I definitely felt it because it's the energy that a crowd gives to you that you kind of feed off and give back. So definitely I was amazing, it was mind-blowing. Shout out to all the kids that were Road to Anytime Soon. All the schools I went to, they really showed love.
She needs that magic. Yeah. She needs that magic. Yeah. She needs that Ajebutter, love more.
Oh yeah, nod your head, be a long back. Shine your eye, be a long bow. You're scoring F9, Olodo. Mommy, I'm a phone, Koboko. Yes, it's Ajebutter. Emino Feba, John Atlanta. And right now, you're watching my episode of My Music and I. Stay tuned to Soundcity. Keep it locked.
T-bills, I beg, don't be vexing. Oh no, it's all that you're flexing. When you sleep, it's me that she's texting. It's just a joke, I'm a fun guy. Oh, Feba, me, you won't try. When she hear I'm